Today I'm continuing the campervan build with some really useful upgrades. I'll be fitting a modified TV port that allows solar input, 12 volt output, and TV and satellite connection. I'll also be installing a 230 volt hookup, handy for the campsites. I'll be fitting a mobile internet aerial on the roof of the van. And to finish up, we'll fit an awning light, which is also a very handy drip guard, and that helps stop water dripping in when you open the sliding door. So, let's get on with it.
Let's start with the AV inlet outlet and 230 hookup point.
Today we're going to be fitting this, which is a modified TV port. I've changed it, so I've got instead of a 230 outlet, I've got a 12 volt outlet there. Swapped it for that. And I've also put a solar input, a little bit of 3D print in there as well for the modification.
I used Tinkercad, which is a free online tool that allows you to do 3D design in order to make the modification to allow mounting of the 12 volt socket and the solar input.
It's got TV and satellite, that'll connect up to the TV. That's great if ever on a campsite with a hookup if there's no signal.
In order to connect it up to the TV, I'm going to connect a 2 meter fly lead into the back of the connector and then feed that through to an outlet that connects to the TV.
And secondly, I've got a solar inlet there, so I can plug in a folding solar panel into the side there and charge the van up, give it a little bit extra power.
For this I purchased a panel mounted XT60 connector. I only needed one of them, but they came in a pack of 5.
And also, we've got a 12 volt outlet too.
I got a pack of 2 of those, but obviously only needed one of them. There's links in the description to all of these bits and pieces for the mods.
You can see the back of it there, the various connections. So the plan is to fit that somewhere around here. The other thing we're fitting is an electric hookup port. I've actually 3D printed a backing plate and also a template. They fit into there, like so. So let's get on with the job. First thing I've done is pop some masking tape, just to make sure you don't get any swarf down any of the gaps. I've drilled a pilot hole. I tried that one first, but I need to move over just slightly, just so I miss the support that's just behind here. So, first hole in the van. Let's give it a go to make a contraption.
The arbor for the hole saw was slightly too big for the drill, so I had to use a socket to attach it. I certainly wouldn't recommend doing it like this.
Nearly through. It's going to swap the battery on the drill. There we go, that's the battery changed. There we have it. First hole cut in the van. By me anyway.
We'll now use the deburring tool to get any swarf and rough edges off.
So next thing we're going to do is going to primer round the hole. Now I've cleaned it up with the deburring tool and a little bit of sanding. So let's do that now.
This seals the edges where we've cut through to help prevent rust, and also helps the Sikaflex adhere.
So there we go, that's that primered. We'll leave that to dry and then come back to it shortly. And there's the hole from the inside. Pleased I put the masking tape down. We'll hoover that up with a magnet. Just wait for the primer to fully dry. I'm going to pop a little bit of Sikaflex just round the lip there and then pop it in, then we get screwed up. Right then, get on with the next one. So I've marked it up across there. Here is where I believe we need the hole to be. So with that in there, that comes to here. That'll leave a gap of about that much there. Right then, drill the pilot hole. It's the pilot hole drilled.
We'll get the contraption going again. I'm drilling a 92mm hole here.
Let's check this. That looks good. Looks level to me. There we go. Another hole. Lots more swarf.
we'll deburr the hole again. As expected, this was a little bit tight.
Give it a quick whiz round with the Dremel.
I'm now using the Dremel with a grinding attachment just to make the hole just slightly bigger.
Perfect. Just take this back a little bit and then we'll primer it.
1, 2.
Right, let's finish it off now and pop some Sikaflex around it. There we go.
Each of the outlets has 4 screws to secure it in place, so I just needed to check it was level, and then I started putting the screws in, and then just continued to check as I went through putting the additional screws in.
That's those fitted. Brilliant.
Let's go through the costs. So the first thing was the multi-function outlet, which was labelled up as TV, which I obviously modified, but that cost $39.95. The second was the 230 volt mains inlet, which was $22.99. And then the XT60 panel mount, it came in a pack of 5. I only needed 1, but the pack of 5 cost £5.98. And then I got 2 meters of twin satellite cable with F connectors to connect up to the TV. I've got that job to do to connect it through. That was $6.49. And then a 12 volt socket, that came in a pack of 2. Again, I only needed 1 of them. That was $8.96. Bringing a total cost of £84.37. On top of the £84.37, I did spend $18.99 on a hole saw and £14.05 on the arbor for it. I also used some 3D printing material.
While I've been on with insulating the van, I've noticed a couple of the panels are a little bit loose, so I thought I would just stick them up with a bit of Sikaflex. See there, it's loose. And it's not just that one, there's a few others as well, so I thought it was worth just making sure they're stuck well down, just to avoid a future problem.
Let's get on now and fit the 4G and 5G mobile and Wi-Fi aerial.
After the success in the previous van of the pointing 5G aerial, I've decided to go for that one again and get it in white or black. And this particular model is the MIMO V117. And there it is. Comes with various fittings depending on how you want to attach it. In my case, it's got a sticky pad, and I'm going to make a 22mm hole in the roof. Comes with a couple of meters of cable. In this cluster of cables, there's the 4 MIMO aerial, which is what's used for the 4G and 5G mobile reception for the mobile internet. There's also a GPS connection and 2 Wi-Fi. And what's useful with the router is you can use that Wi-Fi to pick up an external Wi-Fi and then bring it through your own Wi-Fi. Clever. And I paid just over £166 for this. And I got the black one. Anyway, let's go and get it fitted. It's just to catch any of the debris, hopefully.
I popped some masking tape in the area I was going to drill it to stop marking the van's roof outside of the area I'm cutting.
Popped a bit of tape on now, so let's see where to go down to.
To make sure the hole fits the aerial before fitting cables through, I'm using this other bracket that came with it just to make sure it's big enough. Almost, just one step bigger. Perfect. I'm now going to clean up the swarf. Get some of these bigger bits with this masking tape. Next I'm going to deburr the hole with the deburring tool. I'll take the masking tape off now. And And once we've got the masking tape removed, let's give the roof a clean and make sure we've got all of that swarf up. The next step was to put some primer around where we'd cut out to seal the metal to try and avoid it going rusty. I'm now going to leave it for an hour or so to allow the primer to dry. The next job's to feed the wires through. I found it easier to do them in bunches of 2 or 3 at a time and just carefully feed them through. Obviously, as you get more cables through, it gets slightly tighter, and then just drop it through. After making sure it's going to fit, I then lifted it back out. I'll now remove the masking tape I used to protect the paintwork for when we're doing the primering. So there's a second lot of masking tape to remove.
Next I'm going to take this paper off here. There we go.
And then I'm going to put a little bead of Sikaflex just round where it's going to go into the roof, just to give some extra sealing there against the hole. Now let's carefully pop it in.
There we go, that's that stuck down. There we go, so the wires drop through. Just going to pop a little bead of Sikaflex just round on the inside. There we go. Now I'm going to pop the nut on. Right, I'm going to go and get a spanner now and tighten it up. So there we have it. One mobile internet aerial fitted. Didn't take too long to do that. And just let it dry off now, and then all should be good.
For the pointing 4x4 LTE antenna in black, the A MIMO 417B, I paid £166.53. And now we'll fit a sliding door, LED light and rain drip gutter guard. One thing that can be a bit annoying is when you open the sliding door and then water drips in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fit this Demantech light which goes above the door, which is an awning light, and also an entrance light, but as well as that it stops the drips. It's a 12 volt unit, power wires are there. Once we get it fitted, we'll drill a small hole just to let the wires pass through. It's only a small wire, which is quite handy. You can pick it up inside and extend it into the van's electrical system. Didn't come with it, but I put some 3M tape on the back. I'm going to stick up against that, and I've cleaned it with some isopropanol alcohol in preparation, just to make sure it's grease free. And I'm going to peel this off, stick it up, and then once I've stuck it up, there's 3 little screws to put in. You just need to drill a pilot hole for those as well. 3mm I think that is. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it, so I'll pop it on the screen just so we can keep track of costs. Yeah, it looks nice. We'll get it connected up and give it a quick test. That's the backing tape peeled off, so let's see if we can get it stuck up. Bear with. There we go. That's stuck beautifully. That's the tape I used, Scotch Fix mounting tape, extreme exterior, 10 kilograms. So that'll be a nightmare to get off if it ever needs removing, won't it? I was going to pop 3 screws in, then I was going to put a little bit of Sikaflex along the top, just so that the water doesn't run into the crack and it just runs along the side. There we go.
and also of course drill the hole to let the wire through. See it fitted along there. The cable's just routed through there, and to drill a little hole to get it through, I've just filled it with Sikaflex. Just popped a bit of conduit on as well, so it brings it out here, and we can connect up to it from there. So that's it for this stage of the campervan build. We've fitted the point for extra connections and the 230 volt inlet, very handy for the campsites. We've improved connectivity by fitting a 4G and 5G and Wi-Fi aerial on the van roof. And finally, stop those sliding door drips. Small upgrades that make a big difference to the van and when we're travelling. If you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a like, leave a comment. I really do appreciate it. Let us know in the comments which upgrade you preferred. And don't forget to join us next time where we're going to fix some leaks.
Leaks next time. I've come prepared.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I will catch you for the next bit. Bye.